world.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Holy Crap, Things Have Turned Around Very Fast live stream, where it is...
It's time for Power Hour.
Right, we got less than 60 minutes till the closing bell on Wall Street, and we had a abysmal jobs report this morning that has catalyzed risk on due to the fact that...
Elliott tipped $25. NYSE, PSTG below resistance. Possibly looking to break out sometime in the next few weeks. On the daily, 55 seems to be a level.
TS Elliott, thanks for 25, dude. We will look at that, certainly. Yes, thank you. I really appreciate that. Out the gate. Boom. Let's go. So just saying, like, risk on was catalyzed by the bad jobs report, and the reason why you'd think, oh, that's bad, but it increases the probability that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates sooner than you would think. So we got a huge pump on that. Everything's forward looking. One sec, let me see, get my stuff situated. It's kind of a very improv situation here. Okay, kind of, oh, I'm going live. Oh, it looks like it. Yep. Okay, so yeah, we have a really big deal happening on Bitcoin because of that, because you have the S&P 500 futures consistently hitting all-time highs throughout the day today.
We're back. Show US the way.
Technology.
TSLA, thanks for the, what is that? 38, 37 in minutes. Thank you so much, dude. We are, seems like possibly back due to this candle, right? It's not about the breakdown itself. That was bad. They were going to go back test it as resistance, and no, just continued to rally, and then things got really insane this morning, and now we are, right, we're talking about the Mordor analogy. We've broken through both gates to Mordor. We are now trying to blast through the orcs, facing the Nazgul right now. The old January 20th, old all-time high, right? That's where we're at. Now we have, if we can break it and stay above these levels, big if, right? It's just you can't get too excited because it's like yesterday. You can't, if you're a bear, you can't get too excited because you haven't confirmed it. It just broke, but let's see. There is downside. Same thing with the upside. You got to just be really mindful that we're just testing these levels currently. Like, see how we're breaking above it, but I mean, in 5 hours to go to the close, even when the close happens, if it's above 109.358, we got to make sure it's real. Then we got to break 110.5. Then we got to break 112. That's virtually Sauron himself, okay? This is getting through the gates of Barad-dûr, and then this is going up Barad-dûr to actually get Sauron manifest, okay? He has a humanoid form. He is a humanoid form in the books, if you didn't know. He's up there. He's just weak. So, and there is no eye of Sauron, so it's just a metaphor for me to ruin the movies, but whatever. The eye comes from his sigil, right? He can see everything. He's got people everywhere, right? Okay. Anyway, so that's a nice bullish engulfing candle, a $3,680 candle so far, 3.46% hype in the chat. Let's go. All right, really nice. We can look at Bitcoin futures that had just been testing that resistance, then selling off, filled two of the three, I guess, local gaps, and figured, hey, man, why not see number three? And we didn't. It was just, nope. So you tested, failed, right? No one can take that away. That was actually happening, right? It was happening the past 2 days, 3 days. I guess it was 3 of the past 5 days, bearish back test of one this high from December, and now breaking the supply line. Now we're up against this high, right? So there's still some resistance we got to break, but let's just hope it's real. I mean, I'm always hoping it's real. So good start. If we closed in 1 hour and 58 minutes, okay, less than 2 hours for futures to close, it would be the second highest daily candle close in the history of Bitcoin. So that would be definitely worth celebrating. And Bitcoin futures is currently up as I'm speaking to you.
Is that a joint?
4.2%. Nice. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, which I'd imagine is probably sideways or down because, yeah, I mean, just because some of the altcoins are going crazy, like Ethereum's up 7%, Doge is up 8%, but then you got, others that are just not up like that, like XRP is only up like 3+%. Litecoin's up 4.9. So it's a mixed bag of performance. That's why we're just down 0.23%, whatever. Still insane uptrend. You'd think Bitcoin will go on. If it does go into price discovery, it would have its day, and we would see this go higher for a while and then pull back. And then, the thing is, it could just be chop city like this for months and months before 70 if we're ever going to see it. So. Hi for MicroStrategy, you say? Well, yeah, MicroStrategy was down 5 or 7%. Now it's up 7%. So, and yeah, I think it's rallying above its highs. insane price action, just like crazy volatile. So that's your Bitcoin update. I just want to show you now the S&P futures chart. This is top left, okay, on the quad screen of all the futures. We got the highest 4-hour candle close ever, a really nice engulfing candle closed at the highs. That was history, and now we're taking history further. We've got 1 hour and 46 minutes until the S&P or all the U.S. futures close. Nothing else is doing that. Dow Jones is still trying to find itself way below its old all-time. Well, not way, but it's at the 88% retrace. So trying to find itself at an 886. Maybe later we'll get up there, but it's just not in the same situation as the SPY S&P. And then you've got the NASDAQ 100 that is also lagging behind due to some, I would think it would be just, we saw all-time highs, and then Meta and Microsoft and Nvidia started pulling back on the first day of the new quarter month buy-early candle. And so trying to play catch-up today with Meta is lagging very much so. Nvidia's up 2.29%. Tesla's up nearly 4.9%. And that was another part of it, maybe, was Tesla dumping. But we discussed yesterday the situation on Tesla with that just news-driven catalyst, the downside where you're sitting at support. They can go fill the gap to the upside first. And that's exactly what they've really done. Pretty phenomenal. We're going to look at that. So the futures right now doing things, the S&P more than others. Something that just happened moments ago was I guess as I'm speaking to you too, the Russell 2000 futures hitting its highest level since February 21st, I believe. Yep, February 21st. So we have multi-month highs in the small caps running. So it is all about the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000 today. And then Dow Jones and NASDAQ are kind of meh. They're good, but not doing anything crazy, not making local highs yet. So all right, that's cool. We can look at Ethereum and the other bigger cryptos, and then we'll go to the request and the Mag 7 gold and all that. Gold actually somehow gold looks strong. What the heck, man? Unbelievable.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Can devs do something? Every day I'm checking price and it's rising. Check price, good price. I have underinvested by a lot.
All right, let's see if the devs can do something bad. And I'll be real, man. I wasn't vibing with Ethereum yesterday. Do that 4 hour, how it looked, and as they were losing 24/7. But look what happened. They take it to the absolute threshold of sanity. It was the lowest daily candle close since June 22nd, right? They did that yesterday, and it was confirmed below the support. Support. And then jobs report, Bitcoin goes nuts. Ethereum's going to go nuts too. It's up 7% right now. Finally, my God, taking out the 200-day simple moving average and getting back inside of this big channel. Anything above 2,400 is good to go for at least probably 2,680, 2,700. These highs right here, I think that would be on deck if this was real. So, all right, they just look at that. I mean, from June 24th to today, and they took this even lower They took it to 2376, the lowest level we had seen since the 23rd, too. It's just kind of crazy. But all right, nice. There wasn't really an edge or anything. There wasn't anything that looked great about it. It's just sometimes this happens. Bitcoin pumps, and then everything else pumps, too. It doesn't have to look good, right? We look for the framework. If the framework's not there, so be it. It can still pump even when there's not an edge. So, okay. XRP, that we thought of the big ones, looked the best. The bullish dragon, hey, yesterday was a bad candle, but it didn't mean anything. It was fine. They could have taken this way lower and it still would have been fine. And then Bitcoin, jobs reports. And then now we're engulfing, going for the highest daily candle close since at least June 11th. You would think this has a ton of upside if Bitcoin's actually doing what it looks like it might be doing, but we don't have confirmation yet with any close or back tests. So you just know, being this market, how they can do it. It looks like it's going to, and it doesn't do it. But yeah, XRP, good upside potential, I would think, if it's really you know, just think about like, okay, what does a dragon turn into typically? It's a premature W-shaped pattern. Okay, they could take the 886, probably be a good target. That's your upside potential right there. I mean, probably 257 minimum. If like, again, if Bitcoin is not going to crap out and reverse violently to the downside, you got like 13, 14% upside on XRP at least, which is nice. Ethereum's got a little upside because we talked about 2,700. Then Solana also, I mean, they all like recovered, right? I mean, it would be a real bad day if Bitcoin rallies like this and altcoins do nothing. Solana just, I guess, back testing that breakout of the supply line, still holding here. 3.59%, pretty mild, just in line with Bitcoin's performance. Okay, cool. Then BNB was just this, well, I hope it's not doing it. Thank God. Thank God we're, see, the problem is, like, until they're taking out this high at 673, I could just move this up until we're completely, you know, invalidating the idea. This is still head and shoulders potentially until, again, we're getting above, I think, 673, 675. So real nice to see 661 being broken. 661. I think that's on another time scale. Whatever. Good stuff, man. Going for the highest daily candle close since June 11th. That's like a lot of these. Really nice. Altcoins, like where you think the market's dead, because it is dead, because there's no direction. They keep bleeding out. They do nothing for many months. All it takes is one move on Bitcoin, and then just you're back real fast. Yeah, that's your crypto, but the stock market's not too much different. Not really. Yeah, so we look at Dogecoin because we're like, okay, Doge like put in the potential M shape, but then it's like, well, it didn't. It never got a confirmed reaction, and maybe they're starting to work on that, right? The M shape's there. But it was just like, oh, God, you're starting to roll over immediately. Doesn't matter, Bitcoin pumps. So going for the highest daily close here since maybe June 18th, which is really June 18th? That's just like a couple weeks ago, man. Okay, but yeah, the M shape's still valid of an idea. And above 18 cents, I'll be a lot more pleased with this asset. I'll be a technical resistance. That's a big deal. So, there you go. M shape's still there. On this one, I wonder how it is on like the other ones. I'll look at YFI. Well, they're really hanging in there somehow. How about IOTA had another, like they're not all of them had these, but some didn't. IOTA's up 8. Psh, dude, this is unbelievable. Like of all of them, this is the craziest because of just so happens the 886 happens to be confluent with the old 2019 swing low. You can see how many times it's acted as a reversal. You have it here. It's just crazy. Going for the highest daily close since like June 17th. Again, not that big a deal, but it's just the M shape. How long it took, you know, months. How many months to complete? 77 days. Just use your imagination. It's beautiful. Despite it being a scam coin, I don't care what it is, what it does. It's just the technicals and where it's lined up. Wow, beautiful. No. It's so negative about crypto and then bullish again. It's not like that. See, you're the only one being hyperbolic here. We're talking every day. We talk about coming in the stream, saying we literally don't know where the asset's going every single stream. Then we talk about we have zero expectations about where these assets are going. All we're doing is looking to be able to apply the framework for optimum risk management. That's all we're doing in here. So no, there is no this. Everyone says this. No, that's not true at all. You're not getting the message of what I'm trying to portray to you every single stream. So you're looking for like structures that are predictable, that have been researched and studied for a long time. You're looking for them to develop at historical inflection points. Then you're looking for forms of confirmation, strengthening the argument, increasing your probability of a much more resounding rally. Right? That's all we're doing here. Over and over and over again. Nothing changes. So we're not arrogant trying to act like we know where things are going next. So anyway, I was just looking at the M shapes. Some of these M shapes, like unbelievable. They're like here, and I wonder how they're going to play. And it seems like they're starting to play. Something like storage, though, that was just like garbage. It still is garbage, okay? It's still garbage. They're still like M shaping, trying to hold, whatever. I don't really care too much about some of them. Anyway, Uniswap's up 12%. Nice, dude. They took it back down to 520 and held, and it's just been rallying. I guess short-term uptrend. Whatever. Most of the cryptos look like this. We're nothing special. Okay, let's get to these. Let's get to these well, let me do this request. No, gold, and then we'll do it. I just want to knock out gold. Gold, somehow, it's unbelievable, dude. Like, maybe it reverses before we get to 34.29, but the fact is they're trying to put in the highest low in the history of gold. Do you hear me? They're trying to put in the local highest low we've ever seen right now on gold the past 3 days. Trying to pivot it. I mean, I think it's crazy. So if we're going to go test 34.29, again, it's probably going to break, right? Because there's the accumulation signature leading up to the next test if we got it. So maybe, we'll see. It's super strong, up only 0.52%, but it's gold. It's the largest market cap asset in the entire world by far. Nothing's even close. And if you want to see what's happened today in crypto, Bitcoin has flipped Google once again and inching closer and closer to eclipsing Amazon in market cap. Yeah. Earlier, before this pump today, Bitcoin was just slightly lower than Google, and now has, look at that, how close it is. 2.17 trillion to 2.17 trillion to 2.176 trillion now, and Amazon's only 2.337 trillion. And then after that, then it becomes this long grind. I don't even know. Bitcoin would have to be over $150,000, maybe $175,000 to ever even come close to threatening Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. Well, you're not going to test NVIDIA anytime soon, or Microsoft, but maybe Apple. But Apple's starting to look okay again, right? For like, hey man, they're new year or new bi-yearly candle, new monthly, new quarterly. Animal Spirit's starting to come back into Apple immediately off that support. So it might be hard for Bitcoin to even catch up to Apple in time, because its market cap might continue to balloon, because it's just been doing nothing and actually in a downtrend the entire year 2025. So cool stuff, man. Anyone want to do the math on it? Like what would give Bitcoin a $3.2 trillion market cap? What would the price of Bitcoin need to be? Someone do the math and type it out, okay? All right, so man, gold. What of this, man? Unstoppable. Maybe putting in a one low, a second low. Highest lows ever. All right. Silver real quick, and then, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it is too strong. Stop loss below 35.40 if you want. Just let it ride. This thing's probably going to the 40s. If you give me enough time. Long-term uptrend. You can do measured moves of failed head and shoulders if you didn't know. The same way. So it's actually, you do the measurement of the structure from the top shoulder, the right shoulder. So if somehow silver invalidates, it looks like it's going to, right? If silver invalidates this potential head and shoulders, you can measure the move upward, and it's 38.73. So that would be the target there. That's how you measure failed head and shoulders. So the thing is, it's all about resolution, right? The rule of three, we got 3 lower highs on Bitcoin. It could break downward, you would think, but also it can break upward. So same thing where these consolidation patterns resolve, okay? It doesn't mean, okay, it's inherently bearish, therefore it's going to resolve bearishly every single time. Wrong. Very wrong. You're thinking too much hyperbolic, okay, crazy. It's this or that. No, it's not like that. So if it resolved upward, it can have its same measurement of this structure. So that's up here in the 38s. Let's go silver, dude. Other metals too, I'm sure, probably doing well. Don't want to spend too much time on the commodities. People, this is like when, okay, I'm rage quitting the stream because he's looking at things that are not equities or crypto. God, dude, God. Okay, look at copper futures breaking resistance. So we can get, yeah, there we go. Copper futures going for one of its highest daily closes in history. It would actually be the 3rd highest daily candle close ever in an hour and 32 minutes. So metals are melting. They're smelting up. Smelting up, dude. Let's look at platinum. Oh, mother of God. Platinum, after back testing that old resistance from 2011, 2012, whatever. I think 2014 maybe. It's different. Was it 2021 and 2013 and, 2012 and then 2006. It broke that and it back tested it yesterday. And now look at it. Platinum currently trading at platinum futures trading at its highest level since August 2014, and you're going for the highest close since 2014. So Jesus chimes for these metals. Smelting up, dude. Palladium, oh my God, of over 5% trading like S coins, going for the highest daily candle close since October 30th of last year. So not as crazy as platinum, but also going for that highest run. This is the composite, man. Been accumulating position. They're going to run it up. It looks like they're going to run it up to a 1250, 1269. And you might stall there, but if you break it, it's a $1,500 target. So it's just beautiful, chat. We got metals, we got equities, we got cryptos, we got risk on everywhere. Even risk off, like gold is having a good day. Everything's having a good day, except for short sellers or cash owners. Oh my God, dude, we would need 182,238 Bitcoin price to overtake Nvidia. My God, what was to take out Apple? Y'all are saying 150, 160, 158 to 162 KC. I'll take that. Okay. You want, what is it? CNC cash, or is it cheese? Cash settled cheese futures? No. Oat futures even doing stuff today. Let's go oat future. Oat futures looks good, chat. It's unbelievable. Like bottoming base being put in on oats. Like what happens when oats goes to 487 up here? You ready for that? Because it looks like it's impending. Yeah, dude. It's like, wow. You could almost paint it, right? Where you see it. Forget the M shape that's ushered it all in. The Momo killer. It's 1. It's 2. And now is it 3? It's like classic accumulation on oat futures. Not bad at all. We're talking about rare earth and strategic metals, up 2.7%. Wow. And we know this is at a cycle bottom level. This is where cyclically it bottoms. And now you have forms of confirmation down here. And you got an M shape completing. You got everything you could dream of. If you give REMX, again, rare earth and strategic metals, a year, it's probably way higher than where it is right now. Crazy divergence on the weekly. Forget about it. All right, good stuff, man. Of course, live cattle futures is mooning still, still up there. Like they couldn't even, you paused, type 2 reaction or type 2 return of the deep crab. It's just so strong. Sellers can't even take out 207, the previous major swing low. They're putting in a higher low locally. It's crazy strong. And then you got feeder cattle futures just getting close to all-time highs again. This is crazy, man. Risk on, risk off, everything. Yields are even going up, I believe. The 30-year yields. I mean, all the yields. Am I crazy? Was that wrong or right? Am I correct? Yeah, U.S. 30-year yields up 1.2%. Look at they're recapturing this key level here. Trying to put in the highest low of the uptrend, I guess. Okay. So anyway, I think we had a request, and we'll look at it. Big one's at 109.6, currently just nonchalantly trading above the January 20th old all-time high. Yeah, traded in, that might be true, but it's just literally the rare earth strategic metals fund. It tracks that. So low volume, I'm here analyzing and showing you the asset. Like that, I think the Remix is the maybe ETF or something, but I'm talking about the actual commodity. Okay, yeah, so there was one request, and it was PSTG, Pure Storage Incorporated. It looks like the IWM, doesn't it? Yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful. Below resistance? I wouldn't worry about that. I think you're above support. Like anything above 45 to 49 is solid. Yeah, give this enough time. You're now trading above the 200 moving average. Give it enough time, you fill the gap at 61 and then 70. I think definitely in your small caps, right? This is like it's like a bull flag kind of that it broke out of and is back testing maybe. Yeah, look at that. Look at that breakout. They're trying to back test it. Again, I mean, the bigger deal is 49.20, and they've already recaptured it. So, and they've tried to test it once and twice, and the sellers have failed. So it's really not bad. It's like a failed bearish breakdown right there. The sellers tried, and then buyers just came back in and recaptured the key levels. So, yeah, I think it's okay here, actually. Long-term uptrend is really important. You know, look what your context is. It's been going sideways. It goes sideways. And eventually goes and tests peaks, all-time highs. So I don't think it's bad. Looking for a breakout. What it broke out, remember? But he's just talking about the breakout being this $58 level, right? You see the right here from March 2024. Another reversal point from October of last year. Yeah, you tested that a couple days ago. Yeah, I mean, you think given enough time, it'll go test again. If you break it, it's going to be probably an easy $70 in time. So, yeah, it's not bad at all. 26 minutes till your closing bell on Wall Street. It is power hour. We've been going, man. I've been live now over 30 minutes and drinking coffee, watching these markets, man. Let's check out some of the Mag 7s since... why not? I mean, this is America. We're free. A rarity as Tesla is the top performer today. If you can even believe it. Tesla. This is what was so crazy about it, right? The gap down on joke news. Oh my God, Elon. And so what does that mean? Same thing. This was my Elon. Holy crap, dude. And same thing. Two different joke sell-offs and overreactions, and here you go. I mean, look at the 4 hour, how crazy this is. So it gapped down and then it gapped up. Man, it opened this morning at 315, then sold off all the way down to 303. Then, I'm sorry, it opened actually at 312.71, sold off all day, all morning, 303, then rallied to close above 315. And that's where you're at right now. I don't know if you consider that an official gap fill. I don't think you did. 379 is where traders actually settled up. So there's kind of an unfilled gap here, but it's just kind of crazy that they ran it to virtually fill this gap. So it was like almost two different gap fills. Bufu, I see that. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know why it's not playing. Let me try. Again, that's weird. Bufu, thank you so much for the 1776. I don't look, man. Watch this. Like, see, Mitre for president, and then it's like, look, I'm hitting now because it's not playing. That's bugged out. Something's broken. I don't know what is broken on it, but T.S. Eliot's came through. I don't know. I'm really sorry about that, dude. I cannot help the technology. We're in 2025, and these third-party applications are failing like a lot. They're doing bad. Like APIs are failing. We can't utilize or use these things that we used to use in the past that were really good for the channel. Just I don't know. Like, it's really bad. Like, I can't believe that we're in 2025 and things worked better in 2021. And I'm not even kidding. On most things we use. Yeah, really disappointing. I don't know if it's greed or what, but it's really stupid. Yeah, so pretty crazy price action we've received on Tesla, and it's still up 4+%, but 23 minutes to the closing bell. All right, that's number one today of the 7. Then you got Nvidia up 2.3%, bullish engulfing candle. Look, all they did was test the old all-time high. See it back from November and January this year. What was once resistance has flipped to support for the first time ever. We've never seen that before, so it's cool, nice engulfing. Going for the second highest daily, going for the third highest daily candle close ever would be second to June 27th and June 30th. So it would be the highs of the month, though. Really nice. Then Apple up 2%, beautiful. I mean, You just say it. We don't know. We don't act like we know where these things are going, right? It could have easily just as easily fallen below 196 and dumped to 182. But it's like all about, okay, risk management. So without knowing where the asset's going next, someone could construct a trading plan to set up an entry above 198 with a stop loss below 195. And your target would be minimum 214, but probably 216. And that's it in 3 days since it started going. And it's like, look, man, how crazy is that? I guess they front ran it by 1 day, right? June 30th, you had a nice 2% day. Yesterday, 1.29, and today, 2.07%. So really cool. I hope to see 216, 220 be tested, and you break that, and then we run to 237 in time, and then it was all a bad dream, right? It's finally all over. How do you do a supply line, though? That doesn't make much sense, I guess. That would be how you'd play it. Wow, that's a supply line far away. You're below the 200, below resistance, below supply line. So a lot of work to be done here on Apple. But nevertheless, great start to the new half of the year. Yeah, Apple probably going way higher in time due to money printer, due to the big beautiful bill, the deficit increasing, all that. Yeah. Your purchasing power, unfortunately, is going way lower, and that is a certainty. We speak about probabilities here via TA, but without TA, not talking about TA, the money that's sitting in your bank account is going to be worth a lot less, and it's accelerating, and it's not going to stop. I don't give a crap what they say about inflation's at 2%, bro. It doesn't matter. It's all compounding. The inflation that was at 8%, 7%, that didn't go away. Oh, now it's only depreciating on top of all the other really bad years by 2+ more percent. Doesn't matter. And they've moved the goalpost, how they gauge inflation. They take out certain things to make it look good. It's all scam, dude, to keep you from revolting and rioting and overthrowing the government. Literally, that's what it's for. That's what they're doing. So it's really important to try to have some exposure to some high quality assets, that make money making machines, right? And Google's one of them, Apple's one of them. Nvidia is definitely one of them. I mean, Google's one of the best in the world, and it's like lagging behind, and that's why I've liked it recently. That's why I posted a trade setup on it. That's why I have a levered position in this, because it's like, it's so undervalued compared to the others, and your gap fill is your target. The gap fill happens to be all-time highs. It's very simple. And if you're just patient enough, I think you get it. I think you get 191 minimum. I think, dude, trading at the same price you were trading at in May of 2024. Okay, so over 1 year. We are year-to-date still down, I believe. What's the date? It's July 2nd. Where are we? July 2nd. Where are we? July 2nd. Year over year. Right there. Okay. So Google is still down year over year, 3.63%. I don't believe any other Mag 7 is down year over year. So that's just screaming. The trend has reversed to the upside. The trend is your friend. The buyers have recaptured the 200 moving average. Buyers have confirmed accumulation above 168. All you do is own this and just be patient. And you're going to get your $191, $200, and probably above 200. They'll probably take this in price discovery. And earnings into the month, I believe, right? At July 29th. So you got a whole month of just hopefully a run up leading up to earnings. But we'll see. Gotta love that. Above all, the moving out. You just had a 20 bullish crossover of the 200. So you're still waiting on that 50 to golden cross. You haven't even gotten a golden cross yet. Wild. Okay, so this is like definitely a favorite because of how much money it makes. I mean, last quarter, $70 billion buyback, and for the first time ever, issuing dividends now. That's not what a struggling company does. So, really like this one for the good play for the last half of the year. Amazon, elevated, hasn't even seen a 78% retrace yet. Sideways today. It's pretty disappointing, right? Bearish divergence turned hidden bullish divergence sideways. probably going to continue to float on up. You would think maybe 233 would be your target there, and maybe we wait for a reaction of a bearish bat pattern or something. And that's confluent with the overhead resistance from December. All right, Microsoft that did the thing, virtually hit the 1272. I mean, it's like perfect, right? That's so good. Hits a 1272 or about almost it hits the psychological 500 after breaking out. That's true price discovery on a mega cap. So it reacted there a little bit and it's just stalling. Again, we have a new quarter, a new candle. So money could reallocate from this one into another one. It can happen. So just give it time. If we came to back test 467, it wouldn't be weird. But that's just been such a good rally off the breakaway gap that we got. Yeah, there definitely looks like bearish divergence. I mean, here's a high. Here's a higher high. Yeah. Meta making all-time highs on, what's it, Friday? No, it was Monday made all-time highs. Evening start and then follow through and now down 0.72%. And this is like where you think, okay, right, on this crazy run, outperforming most assets in the world, you know, after a literal 55% rally in 70 days. After hitting all-time highs, on the candle close as well, reallocation, right? New candle, some new price action, and you really just have like bearish divergence on the MACD, and it's there on the RSI. You can't believe it, I know, but it's there, and let's just see how it performs. It may be nothing burger. They could just take it down to 632 or something, or whatever, or if it pivots tomorrow. But I'm just saying, like you have all the indication that buyers are exhausted after a 55% run in 70 days. So you pause, even if the bearish divergence just is pathetic, you still can pause and go sideways like Bitcoin did. Remember, Bitcoin on the daily had triple bearish divergence on the MACD histogram. It began to sell off, but it just began a larger consolidation structure, pausing. So Meta, lows of day when it's been the darling. Microsoft, Meta, we're the darlings, and they're both down on the day. So but dividend, yeah, they pay dividend, 0.29% yields. I think what company today laid off? I think was it Microsoft laid off 3,000, 9,000 more people. That's the issue. Like we are watching equities, which is not the economy, melt up all-time highs. Every day, S&P futures all-time highs. We're on some sort of streak, some crazy 5-6 day all-time high win streak, and you have like the economy is in like a silent depression. Like people in the normal world are like financially in a lot of trouble. Credit card debt all-time highs, interest rates all-time highs for the credit cards. So people are in debt at their highest level ever. Right? You got people graduating from college and no one is hiring. And not just not hiring, they are laying off hundreds of thousands of people, like collectively this year, hundreds of thousands of jobs have been cut. And the problem is when the economy recovers, not even half the jobs will be available again that were because of AI. Yeah, way more efficient to just use artificial intelligence to get things done than to hire someone for 40 grand a year. Nope. Okay, so yeah, what a mess. What a complete divergence from the equities and Bitcoin market to the employment economy altcoin market, all right? You know, because altcoins been terrible. Even, okay, today happens, okay. That doesn't change much.
Can you look at Flare, FLR? Lol, thank you, saluting face, been stacking it with extra change over the years.
Matchery, thanks for the 2420.
Is that a joint?
Yeah, dude, for why not? Let's look at it right now. That's the something adjacent or like connected to XRP, but I don't know what exchange you would want because it's not on any sort of normal exchange. KuCoin, let's do KuCoin. I typically just default that. Well, been here before. Here we are. I mean, M-shape, type 1, type 2, but the type 2 is not really doing anything. You might be coming back for another test here at 13-12 cents. So from a swing trader perspective, it's Justin.
What's your opinion on UNH?
United Health, we'll look at it. Okay. Thank you for the 20. We'll look at it right after this. So it's like, okay, you got a type 1, type 2. The weekly's crazy, right? Hold on. Let me make this visible on the weekly. Sorry. So on the weekly, you've got like type 1 reaction, type 2 return. I mean, it's all there. But they might test that support one more time for a local confirmation. There you go. So it's like that. I mean, it's like you've got the framework. You're close to optimum risk management, but if you wanted the best entry, you would want this to sell off one more time to like right here. If you get 13.5 cents on Flare, that's the best entry for strategically setting up a stop loss and having the most upside potential if the buyer succeeded in successfully holding this support again. So you're a little off of that for a fresh long right now, but any lower, the lower you get, the better you are for risk management. Okay, so it's the framework's there, right? The M shape completed. It's like an 886 bullish Garley type 1 reaction confirmed, and now a confirmation low, the type 2 return. Type 1 reaction, type 2 return, and now you could have, if you were getting in on that engulfing candle, you've just been sitting making no money since April. Unfortunately, that really sucks, right? You got to think about that. Each candle represents 7 days here, and it's done nothing since April when you've had a 50% rally on Bitcoin. I'm sorry, yeah, 50% rally in 42 days. Nvidia since April gone up 75% or something in 50 something days. Meta, you think about all these assets that have like very formidable recoveries, in fact historical recoveries. The recovery on the index funds was faster than the COVID crash recovery, V-shape. It took 4 months for a recovery. COVID, it only took 2 months here. So you got to think about it like that. It's like, so far you're losing. You maybe didn't make the right decision owning Flare at the lows when Bitcoin was showing the bullish dragon. You know, some of the Mag 7 were doing spring back tests of key levels from history, from 2021 even, with some bullish divergence with the piercing line reversal on the weekly on the spider, the NASDAQ. So far you're losing because it's, off the lows, not by too much, but I guess framework wise, you're sitting in an asset that's primed for way higher. Still, unfortunately, it's just not working out. It's just, wow, off those highs from April, been bleeding out every week. That's all I got for you. But though it's still there, it's great, man. I hope it blows up and TA respected, and we're hitting aggressive harmonic targets, which would be like 4.7, 5.2 cents. Okay, we got less than 10 minutes now to the closing bell. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, the bell, sub. It's the first of the month, so it's it's the second of the month. Sorry, the second best day to join the Patreon/Citadel, where you get access to the trade setups, my charts only, just more access to me and a lot more, just traders, seasoned traders in the Patreon Citadel chat. But above all, the value that you would receive in the Patreon/Citadel, you would join because you say, hey man, I really appreciate this guy for being here 7.5 years consistently and never accepting a dime from an entity to promote to me, never monetizing, so I don't have to watch ads, advertising. He's never promoting affiliate marketing links to exchanges, sketchy exchanges that rug pull me. I appreciate that. So I will join the Patreon because of that. So if you want me to just keep being here after 7.5 years, you want another 7.5 years, that's a great way of you voicing your opinion that you want me to keep doing what I'm doing. So again, I don't talk about this much. I only talk about it at the beginning of the month. Okay, so that's like the single best way to support me and my team, because it's not just me. Can't do this stuff alone, man. It's really hard. So thanks for hearing me out, man. So Justin wants UNH, so we'll look at UNH. Oh God, it's so bad. Okay. Yeah, we'll look at OTXO, OTEX after UNH. Nothing to look at here. So what's my opinion on it? Murdered. Again, anything can happen at any time, right? Okay, 99% of the time, I would say 90%, 95% of the time, it's just a coin flip at all times, okay? In this situation, you're probably coin flipping. It could very well run to 360, $400 plus, and it could be fast, and oh my God. Just as easily as it could mark down and we see 210 next, okay? But when you're looking for a bottom, okay, in my world, the way I look for bottoms is long extended structures that have been in development, sometimes for months, if not a couple years, okay? And it's very evident that there is somebody there painting that structure, composite operator. He is showing us there's an ongoing buying campaign. That takes time, lots of time. And you're looking at UNH that crashed in April all the way to May, and has been the market has been digesting the crash. And unfortunately, remember what we're talking about as I'm speaking to you, pretty much the S&P 500 futures all-time highs. Russell 2000 multi-month highs, right? NASDAQ hit all-time highs last week, right? When you've got the index funds doing stuff like that, look at the thumbnail of the stream. We are melting up. Metals are smelting up, right? Bitcoin is right above the 120 old all-time high, in the depths of Mordor, fighting the orcs in the Nazgul, right? All these crazy things are happening, and then you're looking at this asset, and you're asking my opinion on it, and it's like garbage, complete trash. Even if it goes to $400 plus, it doesn't matter. There's not really any evidence that would give you an edge via technical analysis, right? So you would be flipping a coin if you bought now, hoping it would go to 400. That's not really what I'm looking to do. So I look for accumulation structures, sometimes on the weekly if I can help it, right? This is just terrible. I don't care what it does next. There it is, chat. All-time highs S&P 500. Just hit it. Got a power hour pump. Okay, we are just in the last final 5 minutes of trading on Wall Street. Now this will go another hour though, so futures go an hour longer after the market close and could continue. But we're about to hear another beep, chat. Let's just hold it up. Your top left of my screen. That is, we've never seen this in the history of the stock market. There it is, another all-time high, $6,234.30, 60 cents. ATH, baby. Pump this effing market. And rest in peace the cash you have on hand, because it is losing its value faster than you could have ever imagined. Okay? If you don't believe me, go look at the cost of goods and services in 2025. Higher than 2024, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Okay? Go check out your insurance. Yeah, go check it out. It's effed. So it is just, we have to be involved. If we're not involved in these assets, we get left behind. And the problem is, 50% of Americans don't own any stocks. And unfortunately, the newer American adults are coming out of college as indoctrinated Marxist communists that think capitalism's the problem, when it was how they got, and they're in loans in debt $100,000 plus, but it was the government itself that caused the problem. What's up, dude? Yeah, Douglas, thanks for the 20. We'll look at it. Thank you, man. Yeah, so you get the new Americans coming out. They can't get work. They're in debt. They hate capitalism. Their degrees were useless to begin with. It was predatory. It was a government loan. Feudalism. Welcome to it. Good Lord. Echo Lee, if you're one of them, hopefully you're based, though. Okay. Well, I know Zoomers are actually more conservative than any other generation since World War II due to this insanity, the censorship and the cancel culture. Zoomers saw that. They're like, we're not doing that. So Bitcoin's going, chat. 1097, nearing highs of day. Have an alert set up. Yeah, it looks like it's going to do it. I think we see a fresh high, highest level seen on Bitcoin since June 11th. And that is a big deal. It's all the way 110.5 to 110.8. Big deal.
Can you take a look at
Chaps Content Creations. Thanks so much, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it. Thank you. So UNH, on a day like this, where we're just spamming all-time highs, futures all day, past week, all-time highs every day, you got UNH down almost 6%. Just who cares what happens next? Is it a bear flag? Probably. Probably awful. It's probably dead. I don't care. I don't care if it goes higher, okay? No evidence of a composite operator accumulating position, conducting a buying campaign, so F it, okay? F what it does next. All right, anyway. Yeah, all the Bitcoin miners doing things, MicroStrategy doing things. You got it, man. Okay, we'll look at these requests right when the market closes. Let's go to the, give me one sec. Let me get to this S&P 500 so we can bask in the glory of history in less than 1 minute. That's right. Look at this thing. Ripping and freaking roaring. 620.38 as I'm speaking to you. All-time highs. That is 4 days in a row on spot. On the ETF anyway. We look at the SPX, but all right, 620.45 all-time highs. 48, 620.48 is the all-time high. So 20 seconds, chat.
Hype in the chat!
13 seconds. Just waiting for history. Just like we would in the crypto power hour, right? Like we stare at Bitcoin, we're staring at the S&P 500. There it is, chat. Jesus chimes.
Look here! Look, listen! Hold tight!
We've done it. Another day, another all-time high, never before seen. Yep, you thought Trump was the end of the world. You were wrong, right? It all started, though, right here. It was a beautiful topping situation, right? I mean, come on, play by play on the top. And then the only piece of evidence we might have had to smoke some hopium on ended up being it. The piercing line reversal. The bullish dragon breakout on Bitcoin. And since then, look at us now. And we got less than 1 day now to the close because we have a short week ahead of us. Friday is 4th of July. Celebrate America. The best thing that's ever happened to this world. And the independence of the U.S. And so the stock market is indicating that pretty much. Good God, you gotta love it, man. So the futures, though, still open for another 58 minutes and change. So maybe if we hit all-time highs again, we'll hear a beep. Let's get to the other requests. All right. Okay, next one was LVMH. Douglas, thanks again, man. Wait. Sorry, someone had requested something. They joined the Patreon. They wanted to see something. I'm gonna look at one real quick. OTEX. Open Text Corporation. Okay, well, that's a highest daily candle close seen since February. Never seen this before, never been here before. I mean, terrible trend. Very bad trend. I mean, their most recent discernible event on the asset is the lowest low of the downtrend. let's go to the 3-day, see more data. Time you get to a foreign chart you've never been to before, you always want to like be able to see as much as you can. So I think there's definitely some key levels you're trading below right now. You can see like a zone, an inflection zone pretty clearly here on this 3-day. Swing high. Oops, what? Oh, my tool got reset somehow. Whoops. It's weird. Here we go. Good enough. All right, so you can see the assets trading below the key inflection zone from 2015, 2016 it was support before running. Look, another test. 2018 before running. Look, 2020. That is a line in the sand, undeniably, right? Like, I don't think anyone would ever argue with that level being very important. To be above it is to be running to 3430 minimum or higher. So we got to see, what the buyers are made of when we get and test that level, because they just tested in December and February twice and failed. It was resistance and you rolled over. But, since April, the whole market recovered. So has this somewhat. But you're just getting near an 886 high to low. That's at that resistance. I don't know if you can really want to care about this until they recapture that and then reconfirm it as support. Like if you could get something like this, you make a higher high, then you come back, and then you do something like that. That's when like, okay, easy to manage risk. Your upside's good. You know that there's more than before. Multiple market participants are accumulating a position here, and it's obvious. You don't have any obvious accumulation situation here. You have the lowest low of the downtrend, and you're trading below a key inflection point. So I don't think there's much to do until they recapture that level, and then they reconfirm it as support, and then we can start talking about a situation where we could, conduct a trading or construct a trading plan, right? Easy to manage risk below $30, lots of upside if it holds. Good entry, right? So you're not there yet, but you're getting there, I guess. OTX, that's the level to watch out for. And Gruabuelo, thank you, dude, for joining the Patreon. Okay, now we'll go to LVMH for Douglas. Sorry, dude. Moet Hennessy, Louis Vuitton. Luxury brands, bro. Oh, it was bad, and it got worse. And so you're in another one of these OTX situations where there's like a key level and you're trading below it. And on the 3-day, they gapped it up. It's an unfilled gap. It's a nothing burger gap, right? You know that's going to fill. The trend's terrible, right? So we look at Louis Vuitton. That's what this chart is. Like this is like cheap bags that depreciate in value, and women love it. Women love depreciating assets. Okay, that's their thing. So they also love debt. Yeah, so I don't know if you would want to hold this due to the trend analysis. I mean, you're lower low, lower high. You might get lucky on a bear market rally, but again, you can't sleep at night when you're longing an asset in an established downtrend. After the lowest low seen in nearly 5 years. Hold on a sec. Oh, by the way, that was the highest 4-hour candle close on Bitcoin since June 11th. So beautiful. Hype in the chat. And a confirmed breakout on the 4-hour of multiple levels. Very good. Now, we want the daily, though. We need the daily to give us the same type of love. Sorry. Yeah, so when your trend's not good like this, and you're trading below really key levels, it's hard to want to get behind an asset. I mean, just when I look, 2 unfilled gaps on the daily, I can't trust assets like this. I need consecutive higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, 886s. You're probably like requesting it because you're seeing like, hey man, but what about this? This level they recaptured. Sure. If you're above 567, fine for 601, but yeah, I don't think there's anything to do here for the swing trader because the trend's too bad. and you're still below 600, 601 psychological and very real. So I would want to recapture that. Then I would want to see a back test. Thanks, dude. Sorry, I wish it was better. Am I going to stick around to the daily close? You're asking, am I going to stick around another 4 hours? That's going to be a tough order to fill, sir. EpiBN Corporation next for Chaps Content Creations. Well, it looked good and then it failed. It looked really good and then failed. And never really quite recovered. Now you're close. It's another one, 3 in a row now of like close, but the downtrend's bad. This one's probably the better of the 3 because you can see the stalling momentum. It's a slightly lower low and it's not too separated from the major inflection zone. So like being above 30, 87, $31 is good. And it looked okay here. Like they were confirming a bottom, then recapturing, reconfirming. We looked at it before and it looked good in October. And it actually rallied off that spring back test, but there was just not enough demand to ever break the next resistance, so it rolled over again. And then it broke support and then saw multi-year lows, talking 5.5-year lows recently in April. And then the recovery happened on the whole market. And still though, the problem is like you're just making, your lowest high of entire effing downtrend. Lowest high. Yeah, they're trying to put in a higher low, I guess, because the freaking market is ripping. The macro is so powerful that it's keeping losers like this propped up. So do I see any kind of structure here that's like great? Not really. It's below the $30, $87, $31 level. I would prefer it be above, and then after they recapture it, I would like to see something like this. Please God, give me something like 1 and 2 and then 3, like a 3 rising valleys or something, and it's all trading above $30, $31. But until then, I'm just kind of below the 200, below support. Pretty pathetic performance compared to the rest of the macro, right? Yeah, tough stuff, man. Not the best. Could be better, right? I mean, you're looking for good trends. You're looking for higher highs, higher lows consecutively. And then in those higher highs, higher lows, that trend, that uptrend, you're looking for deep retraces, 886 retraces. Man, that was a nice pullback, like something like AutoZone, like for instance, just a good for instance, like you're like, oh man, look, man, there's like there's rally at the top, sell off. Oh my God, look, it's like an M shape, 88%, 70% retrace, testing 1 and twice above the 200 moving average near the demand line of the channel. Like that's like uptrending trading. So when you're trading trash, like we just looked the past 3, that's just counter trend trading. You're trying to long in a downtrend, which is virtually you going in the ocean with a red flag, strong undertow, and you're swimming against the undertow. So you're always trying to be trading the trend, and those 3 were downtrends confirmed, and their most recent discernible events were the lowest lows in 5 to 7+ years. Speaking of AutoZone, mother of God, what a winner, It's gone choppy, it's gone flat since March, but whatever, dude. Does this pay a dividend? I'm not sure if it pays a dividend. I don't know. Oh, okay. Never paid a dividend ever. Okay. No current plans to ever do dividends either. Okay. So, yeah, you've been struggling if you owned AutoZone for the past 4 months and not recovering like others. So, but still, what a trend. You could have held it since 2021 and had no problems. All right. So, anyway, I hope that helps. It's always about the trend. You want to be longing long-term uptrends where there's no controversy. There is the last sip of my coffee. Yeah, I missed my training session today for this stream chat, so I made sacrifices for y'all. Hopefully y'all, are down with that. We've been live now for 1 hour and 11 minutes. If you're enjoying it, please hit the like button above the sub. Don't do it because you like the stream. Maybe do it because We got a fresh all-time high on the S&P 500. That's so good, man. Google ran into the close. Google had its oh, it was so close, wasn't it? In fact, it was real. If you don't know, if you get out the magnifying glass, you can see that Google put in its highest daily candle close since February 24th. That may not seem like much, but it's a big deal. If you're patient, $191, $200. So we can just look at some miscellaneous now. Why not, man? Okay, I want you to see something. This is an old harmonic framework, quantum computing, and there it is, man. Right, the random painting of the composite operator, the bullish bat pattern, type 1 reaction, type 2 return, and look at us today, up 15.45%, breaking a key resistance. Look at this. Look what happened today on RGTI, that old all-time high, November 2021. Remember the everything bubble? FTX and Rolexes and handbags, potatoes, pictures of monkeys. We have recaptured that today with a massive God candle. And so, I mean, minimum target 1637 for the aggressive trader, a gap fill at 1855, and probably even higher because it's quantum computing. It is the future. QBTS, same thing. Had humble beginnings. Down here, old trade setup in the Patreon/Citadel. These are things you get hand-delivered. They're not always amazing like this, but look at you now. I mean, just ridiculous. Maybe flagging, bullish consolidation structure. It's just crazy. Wow. Already, hit all-time highs. Just the MicroStrategy recovered today. It was up 7.7%. Look at what in the F? This price action is psychotic. You're probably not getting this on any other asset in the world. Okay, it's up 5.3%. Oh my God, and it's down 7.65%, and it's up 7.76%. No way, dude. So what are they doing? They're testing this overhead resistance from January. To break that, probably going to take you to 440. So what's funny is RGTI had the same little local confirmation low that MicroStrategy has put in now. Gotta appreciate it. Kellogg continuing to rally again. Woo, buddy. Yesterday was good. Oh man, look at that. Up against the 200 moving average. It's crazy. Oracle been putting in all-time highs. Another one today. AI, baby. All-time highs. Oracle. This is one of your largest market cap assets in the entire world. I think it's number 11. No, what is it? Not 11. Broadcom is 11. Maybe not. Oracle? No, they're 19. Number 19 market cap. 600s of billions. Many winners today, chat. Rocket Lab, you thought it was over? It's never over. It was just a... This is what happens on failed harmonics. Like I don't say failed. They indicate like where the reaction reversal occurs or the pause, and the pause occurred here. And Rocket Lab just yesterday made an all-time high, and today put in the third highest candle close ever. Rocket Lab, dude. Remember its humble beginnings. This is why when you come here, we're always looking to identify like situations like that. This is where we get excited, when the composite operator is actually buying. The composite operator accumulated his position a long time ago, August 2024, and look at it now. I mean, like, this is his markup. He's going to create mania and FOMO, and the dumbest of dumb money will come in at $50, $60, and then eventually, and then they will conclude their campaign and begin to offload. They probably are starting to offload a little bit anyway, but they still own plenty. I think Nove is all-time highs, or no, maybe not Nove, but Nove is actually really cool. Nove's very interesting. So you put in that triple bottom with accumulation signature and then just bled out, but look, so much demand they couldn't even test 1216 again. So this actually could be still trying to put in a bottoming structure down here at key levels. Is a very big deal. Anything above 1183, 1216 is actually amazing for Nove. Okay. There's another one that was similar to Nove, like the name or ticker, and that's why I said maybe all-time highs. I can't remember. It was something energy. Oh, you want to know something cool? The SOX, which is the semiconductor ETF, hit a massive new high, the highest level seen since July 2024. So a little over 11-month highs here. That's a big deal. Oh, the split. Oh yeah, there's like a split on the SOX that effed up my data, my work. Yeah, you took out that, you see this major overhead resistance right there? You broke it on the candle close today. That's massive for semiconductors. What a recovery off the lows too. So you got to wonder, are we going to go for some gap fills now? Very possible. That's where the likes of Intel and Applied Materials and Micron, of course NVIDIA, we know that, but Intel, it didn't do very well today at all. But again, humble beginnings. There were many days with the QBTSs and the Rocket Labs where you're in that consolidation structure, in that accumulation phase, where many days with people saying, oh man, not a good day here, oh God. So yeah, on a day like this, it is very disappointing, but do not lose hope. Not yet. Micron's just been running, man. After hitting, after filling the gap from July of last year, it hit, pretty much 1-year highs, 52-week highs, and it's just, look at this, man. Just the recovery is beautiful. Like from the lowest point in April to the highest point now, 110% rally in 80 days. It's beautiful. Micron, and then what was the other one? We can do Marvel. Check out Marvel, another semiconductor. Not doing as well. Below that $78, $76 level. You really want to break that. That's a big deal. But yeah, really pretty structure here. I guess it caught follow through, but I guess anything above $66 is going to be good on this one. Just massively underperforming. Okay, so we've covered a lot of assets today. I think Dollar Tree continued to rally. God, man, Dollar Tree off that key inflection point. Highest daily candle close confirmed since July 31st of last year. So 11 plus month highs on Dollar Tree. And a nuclear, gotta wonder if this is going to continue or not. It's really tough here because right there, 1 and 2, there's bearish divergence here. Of course, there's bearish divergence there, and you're trading below it. But hopefully, the trend continues and we break 37.50 and run to all-time highs. And this just like long-term uptrend, I guess, since the beginning. Remember the humble beginnings? This was identified here in September of last year and went on a run, a crazy run, a lot of chop, but super strong. Yeah, Warner Brothers, really nice M shape, recaptured $10 and looks very strong. I mean, it looks like they're trying to turn things around on this asset. I mean, it could be $12.61. They break $12.61, $16, $17, and people wouldn't believe it. But this is how things can turn around. Made a higher low. You're working on making a higher high. Very close to one. Oh, AMD was the other one. Yeah. AMD just, what a recovery off the lows. Beautiful. That bullish abandoned baby. And yeah. What's this up? This one from its low to high up 93% in 80 days. Just wild. Oh, the music stopped? No, the music's been going. It's just really quiet. It's supposed to be. Well, I don't know if the big beautiful bill is actually passed yet. I think it passed the Senate, but I don't know if that's. I don't think that's enough. Good God, IP keeps going. IP is so beautiful. The price action correlation to key levels. That's true technical respect and long-term uptrend. And looks like you're gonna be probably seeing $57, $58 again. But this is how it all started. Old trade setup down here. It concluded. I mean, like all the targets got hit. This is where its cycle tops out, cycle bottoms out. And we're just identifying the sharks, the two sharks, and then the classic accumulation structure. See, this is like a signature of accumulation, right? That takes a lot of time to develop, and that's typically what you're looking for at bottoms. M shapes completing a low, a higher low ultimately, but then locally you start seeing the higher lows get put in. Hidden bullish divergence if you can help it. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Okay, so we gotta look at SMCI, because that one was just like, it's really good, dude. Like if you care about, I think like if you give it 6 months to a year, super micro could very well be at $100 again. Like if it's real, like if what we are witnessing is like, you're talking about accumulation, M shapes, here you are.
Hey Mitch, thoughts on $CRMD? Thanks.
A little best Dodge, man. There's a 20, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it. Sure. I just look at this and I can't believe it how it is, you know, like above the 200, there's just not much resistance. I think you're just up against one last $50 resistance, and then if you break that, it's just a straight shot to $63. You break 63, it's a straight shot to virtually $95, $100. Massive structure, like size of a planet, large. So just keep that in mind. Here's your Broadcom. How gorgeous is that? See, and this is the type of stuff in long-term uptrends that you can not expect, but you see and you say, oh, no, not surprising, right? It was unbelievable how perfect this bearish butterfly harmonic optimum price played out. It was, you know, the hop is it exceeded the pattern completion zone by a little bit, hit like a 1.9 fib extension, which Scott Carney talks about on butterflies, and type 2 returned, then a lower high to signify the distribution, and then you had the drawdown, right? The correction concluded though in April, and then the long-term uptrend took over, and now you've made all-time highs just 2 days ago on Monday. And so there's just nothing, like it could continue higher and higher and higher. But what a freaking recovery on the 11th largest asset in the world via market cap, Broadcom. Gorgeous. The audio keeps cutting. I don't know about that. Audio in and out. Maybe I was too close to the mic or something. I don't know. Sorry. I have no clue. It's cool to see those oil companies continuing to rally. Look at like Marathon Petroleum, highest daily candle close confirmed since, I mean, my God, I think August 30th. Beautiful. ConocoPhillips. Look at that, man. This thing looking really good here because you're at these inflection points. They're recapturing them. You're showing levels or forms of accumulation. Like ConocoPhillips, chat. You kidding me? Look at it. It's like stop loss $88. Let it ride to 124 in time. Jeez. Valero already did the magic. Highest daily candle close on Valero since February 4th. It is artwork, okay? What these market participants do sometimes to key levels. Not always. Sometimes the fake outs are unbelievable. They do such a good job of the fake outs, but sometimes it's just perfect. Like it was in January 2024, they did it again in May of 2025. And you're running and you're soon to be testing 150. You break 150. Well, you probably got a date with all-time highs. Amazing. It was probably one of your best performing of the oil stocks today, I believe. there was it Chevron that looked good too? Chevron and CVX it did well. It did fine. It's already done the thing, right? It already did remember where all this correlated. All of this correlated where? Oh yeah, the old all-time highs from 2014, the oil glut, and then 2018, okay? The recession or whatever. So all the positive price action correlation to that level and recaptured everything. And now you put in a higher low. So your trend's reversing. You're able to say consecutive higher highs, higher lows. And there's good upside because you have easy gap fill targets. One target 156, the other target's going to be 166. Failed bearish breakdown of this mega range too. So that could have consequences to 175, 180. Okay, so just, my God, so much good stuff been going on. But this all happened before the Israel-Iran thing. The pattern was painted. If you watch the stream, if you're in the Citadel, I posted this thing. Oh, ours are the only ones left on it. Well, then, yeah, I guess it's going to pass. Yeah, sure. Sell the news. When would it? Then Trump's got to sign it too, right? So. All right, well, I think we've looked at enough today. I've been live for an hour and a half now, and just wanted to go live early for the history that we have been able to experience together as a community. And yeah, I know it's like not like crazy, but what are you gonna do, man? Like, times have changed. Discoverability is awful on YouTube now. Retail's dead. Like, retail is like virtually collapsing. Like, normies, they're priced out of Bitcoin, they're priced out of equities now. They've just kind of given up. So but whatever, more for us, I guess. I'm sorry that's how it is, but this is a big deal. Let's hope this sustains. We have 3 hours 30 minutes. Hopefully I hope we're at over $110,000 by close this evening. But I'll just let y'all go. I'll be back. Thanks again for everything. Be sure to join the patreon.com/MitchRayTA. If you want to support this community, trade setups, education, access to the premium Discord chat, and my charts. So thanks so much for everything. Let's keep this rally up. I just want to close above 109.358 and I'll be happy. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. A.